Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hi, guys. How are you all? I'm just going to catch up. I was a bit late. I'm late. I'm just going to catch up on what you said. Let me just find my notes. And there we go. And we have a really quiet week ahead of us. This is the weekly astrological forecast. And basically, there's nothing really much happening, which makes a change because it's been incredibly busy up until just now. And now it's going to be much quieter, but only a week's respite. Then the following week, it will kind of kick off again. So let me have a look. It's cold for me, minus 30. Oh, gosh. Judy, I missed that. Hi. Hi, Poonam. Hi, Andy. Simi, Annabelle. Hello, darlings. Hello. Right. How are we all? Some of you sound cold. I'm just going to move my water before I knock it over and move this. It's cold here as well, but it's a different sort of cold here. Oh no, I don't want you to. Oh no, let's do it that way. That's better. That's better. There we go. Ursa 7, hi. Hi. Oh gosh. I was just, I'm all discombobulated. Good morning, Maria and Judy Kinlund, and everyone is here. This is wonderful. Right, week ahead. This is the 16th till the 22nd. And as I said, there is not much happening, which is why I haven't put any astro bites out in the last 2 or 3 days, because there are no major aspects. And in fact, there's only 2 things this week that we can kind of talk about. But that gives us plenty of time to just kind of catch our breath because, whoa, I don't know how anybody else is, but I think it's been a little bit. If someone here said something about roller coaster, yeah. Well, it has been a little bit like a roller coaster, and it's starting to just slow down. But I'm wondering with this energy, because we had the full moon last Wednesday, this full moon in Leo, which was squaring Uranus, and there was a huge buildup of energy, which I think really kind of will have got us all quite on edge, because it was as if we were waiting for something, that something was going to kind of erupt or happen. And hi, Sil, good to see you. Kay Ulrich, you're a hot mess. Well, congratulations. Sounds okay to me. Shirley, hi. Soul Fam, hi. Oh, the elections. Oh my God, I was going to look at the elections in Canada. Oh God, mind like a sieve. I've forgotten. But I'm not going to have time to do it because I don't know what the birth chart is for Canada. So just let me know when the elections actually are, and I'll do a chart for the date. That's the best thing, and do it soon. Oh, right, Annabelle, you've been discussing the whole subject of astral travel, the story of you and Sarah finding George and how you had a visit from her, but it was before time. Made me really think. Many tales. Yes, we had some very, very kind of strange experiences. They've kind of again settled down at the moment. It's almost like just letting us know that these things do unfold and happen. And oh, what's that, Sil? It's going to be on Wednesday, super freezing in your area. Yeah, we've got, I mean, it's just cold. You know, people have this kind of fantasy, I think, about the Mediterranean and, you know, Israel and Gaza and all those kind of places, that they're hot. They're hot all the time. They're not. It is a myth, because the winter is cold. It's really cold. And the energy is a word I can't repeat live, but yeah, that is about the size of it. Yes, Annabelle, the paranormal stuff is interesting. And this is really because of we have this energy of Pluto in Aquarius, and Uranus is going to go into Gemini. And this is really going to start what I would say really kicking off all these things. And yes, I do think that, Annabelle, that we will all soon be able to communicate on these different and higher levels. I tell you what I'm going to do. I want to talk about Tuesday, because the sun is going to move into the sign of Pisces. Now, Pisces, remember, is the last sign of the zodiac. So it's almost as if we're moving towards a time of the year which is out of sync with our traditional Gregorian calendar and New Year and the beginning of the year and the end of the year, because really we are moving towards the spring equinox, which is the true kind of new year when the sun moves from Pisces into Aries, and that starts the whole zodiac cycle again. So what I want to say is you might find you are at the moment in the process of tidying up or tying up loose ends. Maybe kind of communicating with people on quite a deep level, information that up until now or as of now, it has been difficult for you to find the words for. And this is due to Mercury in Pisces. Mercury, our planet of communication, is in Pisces kind of connecting us with this higher vibration that you, Annabelle, are kind of getting caught up in. What's this? Someone is saying, why is it so difficult on the 17th of Feb? I haven't heard anything about the 17th of Feb. And there's what I can do is a quick chart for the 17th of Feb, but I don't think there is anything in effect happening tomorrow that we need to be worried about. So actually, let's just put it, let me know what you have heard, because I'm just going to go back. What I'm going to do is go to midnight universal time. So there we go. I've gone to midnight universal time. And we've got fixed energy to start the day tomorrow. You found your voice, Poonam. That's wonderful. So why is it so difficult on the 17th of February? Hi, Jim. I answered your message again, by the way. And thank you. Let me see what's happening tomorrow. Let me see what's happening. Well, well, the sun is getting ready to move into Pisces. So that is, it's just sort of, it's winding up its time in Aquarius. Now, maybe what is being picked up is the fact that we have the North Node coming up to its conjunction, or rather Neptune coming up to its conjunction with the North Node, because they are really super close. So there is something, but this is not just for the 17th. So this is why I'm not sure why you have picked out, oh, it's the President's Day in America. Okay, so is it a public holiday then? Maybe, hi Anne from snowy Massachusetts. So sounds President's Day. I can't see anything, and I could be totally wrong, but I can't see anything in the astrology tomorrow that there is to worry about. But what I want to do is go back to Tuesday when the sun enters Pisces. So the sun in Aquarius on its kind of anaretic degrees for tomorrow is really winding things up to do with social media. So it's a little bit like it's time to go in on an inner level. That's really what I'm picking up. Okay, Annabelle, I'm just reading as well what you've written about me and Brandon on Valentine's Day. Yes, he did seem a wee bit troubled, and I haven't spoken to him, so I don't know what was going on for him. But, you know, we all have difficult days, and maybe, you know, there are things going on for him which are just challenging, like we all have. I too have got some challenging stuff going on, and I'm kind of, what I'm doing is working with the energy of my chart. That's where astrology can be so super helpful. You work with the energy of your chart. So if we think about the fact that there is not much going on in major transits to affect us, it actually gives us a little bit of freedom. It gives us a chance to sort of think, well, if that's the case, what can I do that will make things a little bit richer for me, a little bit more interesting? And I'm just reading because it's somebody's birthday. IMO, it's your birthday, and I can't see. Oh, your astrological birthday is tomorrow. Oh, today. Sorry, today, the 16th. Happy birthday. Is that your solar return and your birthday is actually tomorrow, the 17th? Let me know. Listen, I think we all like Brandon. You know, what's there to not like about him? But he does have some very strong feelings and views about things, which is absolutely fine. He's entitled to. And that's what I was trying to say in that live, that we're all entitled to our own views. And what is wrong with healthy debate? And can we all try and accept each other's differences? If we have differences of opinion, it's okay to have those differences of opinion, and also the opportunity down the line to change our mind because somebody has given us evidence, presented an argument that can help us see things in a new light. So the sun entering Pisces on Tuesday is, in a sense, every time the sun moves into a new astrological sign, it's giving us an opportunity to see things in a new light. So this is a powerful day to set intentions or look at what you want to complete before the spring equinox. The moon is in Scorpio tomorrow. The moon is going to be trining the sun and Mercury in Pisces. So there's something here about all of us on Tuesday actually feeling pretty emotional and pretty kind of ungrounded by events, whatever's happening on the world stage, because the chart for when the sun enters Pisces has Pluto in Aquarius on the midheaven. Now, that is really kind of one of our world leaders, let's put it this way, one of our world leaders is going to come out with something on Tuesday that is pretty powerful. It's about the internet, it's about AI or social media. That's what I'm picking up. I'm just seeing what Kelly is saying. Chart ever get stuck in terminal yuck? We go through periods like that, Kelly. Sometimes it is incredibly difficult, and you know, yes, it is partly the energy, but the beauty of understanding your chart, if you actually have a handle on your chart, you can think, okay, things are a little bit kind of yuck at the moment, but let's see what I can do with this energy and use it in a different way. It's like, you could say, it's giving you a blank canvas. Create something. Look at the areas of your chart that you're not using. You know, there will be energies in your chart that are probably going, woo, me, and follow the moon in your chart. See what the moon is doing, the aspects the moon makes just in a day, because that can help you to figure out the areas of your life that you need to be focusing on. So I'm just looking, there's so much chat going on and I can't keep up with you all. Yet still, how many more surprises from world leaders? Well, I mean, let's have a think about this, because my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that basically Putin can walk into Europe whenever he wants, really, and which is probably what Ukraine was about in the first place. And basically Trump is saying, Europe, you're on your own. You're on your own, kids. We're not going to come and rescue you. And this is like, well, okay, thanks. That's cool. So maybe I'm better off going to the UK on a permanent basis, because the UK is not in Europe and it has the English Channel between it and Europe, which of course is why the Germans in the Second World War were never able to take the UK over. So yes, I do think that Earth is 7. People are getting all hot and bothered with all the world news. And you know what? We have to cool it. Now, what I'm saying to you is the energy this week is actually saying, cool it. Let's just take time out. Let's just cool it. Because yes, we have many world manipulators, Cosmic BL. Oh, you see me, you're thinking of migrating to the UK too. Yeah, let's all go to England, you know, green and pleasant land and all the rolling hills and green fields and all of that stuff. I think it's a great idea. So really, I'm just seeing that, see me, in Canada, the Ontario Premier just squashed a deal with Musk worth millions. Ooh, interesting. Jim, astrology is a language for telling the truth, starting with ourselves. I love that, Jim. I love that. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Anne, should you go to England instead of Ireland? It's a personal choice. Personal choice. I can't really answer that. I know you've asked me about it before, so I can remember. I think we have to go where our heart is calling. And for me at the moment, as you know, because I've talked about it a lot, I feel compelled to return to the UK. And whether it will actually happen or not, we never know, because we make plans, we have ideas, and you know, there's things that my move is dependent on, like selling my current home and getting the right price for it. If I don't get the right price for it, I can't afford to do what I want to do. So there's a lot that one has to kind of take into consideration. I'm your travel guide, Jim. I love it. Yes. Oh gosh, I tell you what, there are parts of Ireland, and I know Janice Fitzpatrick can adhere to this. Some parts of Ireland are absolutely wonderful, but you do get a lot of rain, rain and wind. And the UK, or England as such, is not quite as wet as Ireland can be. But so I think what I'm saying for the astrology this week is, because we don't have any major transits and aspects, we've got no full moons, new moons, eclipses, goodness knows what. Use the energy of each day. Check where the moon is. I will do 1 or 2 astrobites this week, and I haven't decided what I'm going to talk about in them, but I will do a couple, because I like to just keep it ticking over. But maybe I will just look at moon aspects and get a chart for the day and interpret it. So yeah, move as fast as you can. Absolutely. Is that me or is that Anne? I would love to move as fast as I can, but who knows? Who knows? We will see. Yeah, that's what I'll do with an astrobite. I'll do a chart for the day and look at the moon aspects. That's really the best thing. Is Mercury going retrograde? It is soon, and I can't remember when. Let me just check out for you, because I can't remember. I think it's in March. Yeah. Mercury goes retrograde on the 15th of March. And it stays retrograde, I think, until, let me have a look, April. And I think Mercury goes direct on April the 7th. And it'll be mostly in Pisces. So Mercury is going to be staying in Pisces quite a long time. Or it goes retrograde in Aries at 9 degrees and then retrogrades all the way back into Pisces. So it is going to be spending a lot of time in Pisces. So I love that, Simi. You're so proud of yourself for learning to say no. I tell you, I'm being treated so differently now. I think everyone knows I'm not a pushover. This is about personal empowerment. Is foreshadowing and aftershadowing real? Don't know. I mean, I'd have to think about that. That's a very interesting. Why would England be spared? We're not in the EU. I mean, we won't be spared. But what I'm saying is, the UK is not part of the EU anymore because of Brexit. So we don't come under even EU protection. We just have to rely on our own armed forces, such as they are. So, it's, I'm just seeing what else. Is there positive energy for healing rifts you had a falling out with your daughter that you'd like to fix? Well, I think let's see what the moon is going to be doing this week, because I don't think there's any reason why you can't, if you want to choose for things to heal. If I go to the chart, let's just have a look at the chart for for Tuesday, for instance, and we look to see where Chiron is. I would say that, let me have a look. I think there is always openings and chances for healing. The most important thing is to avoid when the moon is void, because not much is accomplished if we try to initiate something when the moon is void of course. So, for example, I can tell you when next week we have void of course moons. So this is for everyone. Don't do things, important things, send important emails, etc., sign contracts when the moon is void. What it means is void moons means the moon is not making any major aspect to any of the cosmic bodies. So let's see when the moon is void. Today is the 16th. So on the 17th, for example, the moon goes into Libra. In fact, the 15th, no, 15th. Okay, on the 17th, the moon is going void of course on the 17th. And it doesn't end its void of course until the 18th. So it's void of course for several hours. So you could say Monday, Tuesday, not the best time. 19th fine. 20th, we've got another void, of course. 22nd, 23rd, fine. 22nd, we've got, yes, 23rd, fine. 24th, fine. 25th, another void, of course. So I will do some astrobites looking at the aspects of the moon for the day so that you have a clue as to, because also when the moon is void, of course, we can feel a bit flat, like nothing is effective. We feel ineffective. You see, I think in general, the news this week is actually going to just be much more of the same. It's just going to be a bit repetitive. We're not going to see, I don't think we're going to see any particular dramas unfolding. Having said that, it's probably tempting fate, isn't it? And there'll be there'll be something absolutely like massive that happens just to send it all wrong. I just want to see what Annabelle said. You found it interesting when I was discussing with Brandon about the rising sign changes when moving country or city or state, especially if it's east or west. If it's north-south, it tends to not change because it's done on the longitude lines, or the and it's because that's longitude. Latitude, so if you go east or west from your current location or the location that you were born in, then your rising sign will change. Now, when I move back to the UK, my rising sign will still be Leo, but it will have changed by 2 degrees, which is quite interesting. So what it will mean is that it's going backwards for me. It's going to almost give me a second chance with certain energies coming from the cosmic bodies. So it's actually quite interesting. What do you have a feeling of urgency in the force? You've been feeling it for the past 3 days. The past 3 cosmic BL, England is not really in Europe. You can't say it's in Europe. It's not. It's England and the United Kingdom are separate on their own. Okay, they're near the European continent, and one can loosely say it's Europe, but we're not in the European Union. So we have no reciprocal agreements with anyone in the EU anymore. So it's not. Yeah, the rising adjustment, Jim, is a big thing. Yeah, exactly, Annabelle. We're not in Europe. We're not. We're physically close, but we're still not in Europe. As Greenland is not in America, is not in the United States. I just thought I'll throw that in, just kind of, yeah, absolutely, Poonam. 2 rising signs to show you your new direction. Yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting. So with this energy this week, where it's going to be rolling along, take advantage of it. Enjoy it. Will the UK manage? If we got another change of government, we might. You think Uranus and Jupiter are giving you a sense of movement when Mars moves forward? Yes, absolutely. And Mars doesn't move forward till, I think it's next week. Just let me check, because I've got it all written down somewhere. Mars goes direct on the 24th of February. So it's actually next week. So next week's live on Sunday is the live that will, in a sense, have much more astrological energy packed into it, because it really will. There is a lot happening next week. We've also got Mercury conjunct Saturn. We've got a new moon in Pisces. We've got a lot going on next week. And Neptune conjunct the North Node. That's massive. Mercury trine Mars. But this week, well, on Thursday, we do have one aspect. We have Mercury square Jupiter. Now we need to think about this because going to England sounds like fear has taken over. No, I'm not leaving Europe because I'm fearful. I'm leaving Gozo because it's too hot in the summer and too cold in the winter. And I need to change. Yeah, the UK is in NATO. That's right. Yes, that's right. UK is in NATO. While you have your little political discussions in chat, I'm going to tell you about Mercury square Jupiter because it's quite important. So Mercury in Pisces squares Jupiter this coming Thursday, the 20th. Now, this is when we're going to see some interesting rhetoric coming out of people in prominent positions. And again, there's a lot of energy around. There's a lot of there's going to be a lot of speech, a lot of talk, a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of misinformation. So I think you have to kind of really be mindful of what you hear, whether it's on a personal level. Be careful what you say because you might actually be saying things that are misleading, because Jupiter is going to expand your feelings and your thinking, and you're going to be going kind of getting a little bit angst, a little bit frustrated, because why can't people see your point of view? And Mercury in Pisces is making it a little bit hard work and saying, yeah, but it could be this, or it could be this, or have we thought of this? So nothing is clear on Thursday. We're going to get this talk coming out, but nothing is really clear. And we've still got these sort of other aspects from Uranus to Saturn, which are just minor aspects because they're not exact. Yeah, Annabelle, absolutely. The ley lines in England and Britain. Yeah, Ireland is not Britain's. Exactly. No writing this week. Well, I think you just have to be careful what you write, who you write to, and how you say it. It's the energy is a bit tricky, especially on Thursday. So I'd be very mindful what you do or say on Thursday. Yeah, good idea, Lola. Take the electrics out of the bedroom. Note to self that I should do the same, but I haven't. Information overload. This could be a really good week to have a bit of a kind of media detox, to not actually kind of be listening, watching. You know, I've noticed myself that sometimes I'm sitting here with this thing. There's my lovely cat, George. And I'm sitting here with this thing, and I'm not even really doing anything. I just seem to be kind of like I'm kind of stuck with it in my hand. And I'm thinking, what the F am I doing? Put the bloody thing down. So I do. And I try and make myself get up and move around and not kind of constantly misbehaving. Love your name. You have a meeting in London on Wednesday, so you're traveling back on Thursday. Oh, you'll be fine. Stay in bed on Thursday. No, you know, actually, the news could be good fun on Thursday. Yeah, media detox. We do need a media detox still. UK, King Charles, his wife is in hospital. Oh, I haven't heard that. Nothing I know about. Not news to me. But you know, it's let me have a look at some more of your right chat. You need to ground yourself. So you shoveled out a spot and conquered the cold. Ah, yes. Thank you, emo, or however you like to be known. You know, what can I say? Yes, Jim, devices can be seductive. It's so difficult not to kind of keep creeping to it and just go, I'm just going to have a little look. Put it down, put it down. So I did do a word for the week. I had this feeling before we started tonight that this would not be a kind of long week ahead forecast because there's really nothing to say. I'm sorry. But why don't we see it as a week to prepare things? So, hey, Annabelle, I'm British with some Irish ancestry as well. We can be connected in unity without political interest, just have unity. That's really one of the things I was probably trying to say in the live with Brandon on Friday. You know, we need to be able to accept each other's differences and also know that we can change our minds. Yes, a week of rest, Poonam. I tell you what I can do with a week of rest. You know, remember, I'm human too, and I go through stuff, and there's always stuff of some description that is happening in one's life. And perhaps it's better that finally there is not too much to say. Yeah, absolutely. Thank goodness. Guess what my word for the week is? Well, you probably won't guess, but I'm going to tell you. Preparation. Because I thought this is the week when we can prepare the way for what we want to bring into our lives, for what we want to manifest into our lives. I think this is a good use of this energy. So, hi Jim. So we've got a lot of people here with Irish ancestry. They are randy little devils, those Irishmen, aren't they? They spread their seeds everywhere. Look at us all over the place. So, preparation. Do you prepare? Do you prepare the way for what you want to achieve? Because if we don't give these signals of preparation to the cosmos, to the divine, how does it know what we want? So, for example, because I am choosing to move home, let's just say I'm choosing to move home. What it means is I'm preparing the way. I'm doing all the clearing out now. I'm going through all the cupboards, all the drawers. Well, actually, this is a little bit of a lie. I have this most wonderful housekeeper, cleaner. I can't call her a cleaner because she's more than that. She is the most amazing, amazing local Gosserton woman. My Betty, I'll tell you, my Betty, I wish I could take her with me to the UK because that is one reason I wouldn't leave Gozo, because of Betty. But anyway, she does all the clearing out and I just point and say, yes, no, yes, yes, no, no, yes, no, and or maybe. So we have the three piles: the definitely no, the charity pile, the rubbish pile, and the keep pile. And that's what we kind of continue to do. So the word preparation, I think, is an incredibly important word. Whatever we're going to do in life, whatever we want to manifest, we have to prepare the way. So Bobby Knight said, the will to succeed is important, but what's more important is the will to prepare. It's true. And William Graham Sumner said, what we prepare for is what we shall get. And it's true. If you don't prepare your lunch in the morning, there'll be nothing to eat at lunchtime. So Bobby Unser said, success is where preparation and opportunity meet. Well, that's true. I've got Scottish too, Liz the Iron Maiden. Just wanted to throw that in as well. Thank you, Kay Ulrich. Great word. It is a great word. Now, there's a name now that I can't say. It's Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. So I have no idea what that means. So anyway, she or he said, do not worry about winning or losing. Think of growing. That's cool. That's cool. And yeah, we've all got a bit, I think we've all got a bit of Irish in us. Float still, absolutely. We have to stay in the flow, in the flow. And you have a French grandma. Oh, right. We've got into ancestry DNA now. So let's move on to James A. Froude, who said, you cannot dream yourself into a character. You must hammer and forge yourself into one. Now that's really good, because why not use this week to look at how you can personally grow and change yourself, empower yourself? What preparation do you need to do? Are there people in your life that you feel you need to reconnect with, or just haven't spoken to them for a while? There's all sorts of things we can do with this kind of connection energy. And yes, Jim, let's prepare together. But why don't we prepare for the best outcomes of everything that is happening on our planet that is not very good? All the problems we have with, the different war zones. Why don't we use that sun in Pisces, the imagination, and imagine the best possible outcomes for everything on an international stage, and also for ourselves. Let's just imagine the best possible outcomes for ourselves. Let's manifest that. Manifest that this is for my highest good and the highest good of everyone. There is always choice. Yes, use the vortex. Absolutely. Just bring that energy in. And, Richard Branson said, the more you prepare, the more confident you become. And that's true. If I wasn't preparing the way by clearing out books and shelves and objects and things, I wouldn't believe that I was serious about moving. So I would give out a vibration that is not going to attract a buyer for my home, because there's other things, the other levels, these frequencies that are all at work, all kind of, coming together to create the future that we want to manifest. Robert Kiyosaki said, the future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. And that's true. And, Benjamin Franklin said, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. This is quite an interesting one. Abraham Lincoln said, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. And good old Confucius said, success depends upon previous preparation. And without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. And, Arthur Ashe, who is of course the wonderful tennis player, said, one important key to success is self-confidence. An important key to self-confidence is preparation. So you'd see me, bless you, you'd come and help me pack up. Or I'll probably get someone in to do it when the time comes. But, use this week in a positive, constructive way. Think of what in you want to kind of hone, to change, to grow. You've got a whole week that you could perhaps practice meditating with the vortex and seeing what you can manifest. Manifest self-confidence, manifest whatever it is that you need to have in your life to help you. You know, as we always say, if we don't ask, we don't get. And misbehaving, you're having an intense Chiron return. Will the Chiron activity this week trigger the return in any way? Well, if anything, I think you've got a kind of free kind of reign this week with Chiron. Do what you need to do to promote the healing that you need in yourself or in situations that you find yourself in, I think is the best way to kind of manage this energy. Jam LeBlanc, you're saying you have positive vibes around you, not negative people around. The angels say, show you something. The angels say, leaving Ukraine to fend on its own says the most about how selfish the US is becoming. That would be a big mistake. I can't say how much that would be a big mistake, but Andy, last night you asked the universe, God, my guides, to bring and take whatever they needed to for my highest good and the highest good of those around me. We'll see. Yeah. And you know, that's also so important. And it sounds to me, looking at the chat, that we're all in a similar kind of place of, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's best. I'm not quite sure which way I should go. We seem to have, when we don't have these definite transits, it's almost as if we just, lose direction a bit. We're just kind of spinning round. Yes, there have been plane crashes and bad accidents. This is still the courtesy, I think, of the full moon in Leo, because both the moon and the sun were squaring Uranus in Taurus. But we have to remember that this is almost like the darkest hour before the dawn, because hamster wheel, Liz the Iron Maiden, because the fact is Mars is going direct not this week, but the following week. That's going to really make a shift in the energies. We're going to notice the difference. And we're really going to, there's going to be a sort of a few days when nearly every planet is direct. I think every planet will be direct at some point quite soon. I will check it out. That is going to really help us to feel as if we've pulled out of the station and we're on our way. We are now moving. We may not know what the destination is or where we are going to, have to stop on the way, but we will get a better kind of image of it. I'm just seeing Jam LeBlanc, some of us in 5D living in 3D. Yeah. No, you're not alone, Liz, the Iron Maiden. We're in 3D, but they want us in 5D. Yes, they do want us in 5D. And, we're Ursa 7. Oh, that's about Andy. Yes. Bless. I know your kids are doing really well. I love, Andy, the pictures you share of them on Facebook. They really are an absolute joy. Expand to 5D and flourish. Thank you, Jim. Yes. And I think it's this kind of transition bit that is going to be tricky, because it's like sometimes we fall back into 3D. It's like yesterday I was very tired and I had to lie down and I thought, right, I'll try and see if I can connect, because I get this kind of, it's like I have a screen, a TV screen on my third eye inside, and I get lovely images and pictures there, and I couldn't connect with anything yesterday. There was just nothing there at all. And so it feels sometimes, I think, for people whose spiritual energies are more active, when it feels as if it's withdrawn a bit and we feel a little bit cut off, it can feel very, very lonely and empty. And I suppose the way I felt is flat. Does that make sense to any of you? I just feel a bit flat and like the storm, or this particular storm, is over, but it hasn't really. It's like it went so far. You know, we've had all these earthquakes or minor earth tremors and quakes in Santorini in the Aegean Sea around Greece, and they never actually came to anything. And I think it's very interesting because I think probably what's going to happen is we'll all focus our energy off it, and then suddenly, whoosh, it'll blow. Because isn't that what happens? You know, it's like you watch the pot to boil and you think, no, I've just got time to go over there and do something else. It's never going to boil. The next thing you know, it's boiled over. And it's a little bit like that. And yeah, Jam LeBlanc, traveling in your third eye. I mean, it's lovely when we get it working that way. And I've just kind of, as I say, the last day or so, it's felt disconnected in me. But I'm hoping that it will reconnect very soon. So listen, guys, I'm going to bring this to a close because I like that, Simi. You've been praying for the world to be the way it should be, whatever spirit deems it to be. NATO, okay. I'm just seeing what you're saying, Jam LeBlanc. It sounds like you've been doing a little astral projection or astral travel or remote viewing, maybe. Sounds quite interesting. Annabelle, it resonates, does it? It feels you've lost your spark. It's been the strangest and most introspective times you've ever experienced. Feel lost? Yeah, I think that is a bit actually probably how I felt. And it's Orange Face, been in bed sick. Mar-a-Lago, I love it. Alive is good. Yes, Janice. And, you know, it's lovely to connect with you all. I just love, what's that, Jim? Fabulous energy here today. Thank you to what's left of Penny. Well, no, I'm going to keep going. Don't worry. I'm going to keep going. But, you know, I think this is a week to actually really look at how we take care of ourselves. That's what I'm going to do. I will do a couple of astrobites. I'm not sure when I'm going to record them because I have to be in a mood where I've got enough kind of a couple of hours to do it and the energy to put some makeup on, because I know I've done videos where I look completely natural and nude and horrible, but I don't actually like it. I enjoy doing the full makeup and looking kind of like, you know, so I don't like it when I don't look okay. And but then I think that's good, and I think it's actually, you know, when I was doing my makeup this afternoon, it's, for me, it's a therapy. It's very therapeutic. It's like I'm kind of it's like I'm painting a picture, and I just really enjoy it because it's never the same. Whatever I do, each time I do it, I've got hair all over the place. It's never the same, and it's just, you know, oh, bless you, see me. I do my best. I do my best. So listen, guys, have a great week, because I'm going to just carry on wittering if I stay here much longer. You're comfortable with your makeup on? Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, yeah. And if someone's talking about football and cricket, whoa, no, I don't really. I'm not a sporty person. I never have been. Or maybe indoor sports, but not outdoor sports. I think I better not go down that rabbit hole. So, Jam, it sounds like you need to start your own channel. and start channeling some of this information that is coming through to you, because it's all quite interesting. Yeah, bye, soul family. I am going to go because you know what I'm like. I will witter here forever. Have a great week. You will see me in some Astrobites. You will also see me next Sunday when I do the live for what is going to be, but the following week is going to be a very interesting week astrologically. So, yeah, we would listen to your channeling, Jam LeBlanc. So why don't you set that up? I think it's a really good idea. I love you all. I think you're all amazing. Thanks for the support you give me. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you for the support you gave me and Brandon with our live stream that we did on Friday. And if you're watching, Brandon, I hope you're feeling a bit better, because I think I know now, because this energy has just been so challenging. And I hope you've also popped over to my channel with Sarah, and we did a live on Friday night as well. And I'm really proud of Sarah, because the first time she's done anything like that. So she's really coming out of her comfort zone. But it was great. And thanks to you, those of you that supported us there. We really appreciate it. You're welcome, Sil. Bless you. Yeah, my journey back to the UK, when it happens, will all fall into place. Because you know what? Final word before I go. Yes, she did crush the live, didn't she, Andy? Absolutely. What I've always found in my life, and I'm sure you are all the same, is that when things are meant to unfold and you're meant to be doing something, going somewhere, etc., what happens is everything falls into place very easily. It just kind of goes didum, 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 didum. Just like my cat showing you her butt. This is Felixina, Fee for short. She is an absolute sweetie. Yeah, excellent timing. Thank you, Felixina. Look at that little sweetie. She is just, she is the matriarch of my little small cat family. And she's an absolute, absolute cute baby. Yeah, you're lovely, Felixina. Right. Actually, what she's telling me is, feed me, feed me. So yeah, meow. Right, I've got to go and feed her and the rest of the gang. So I'll see you soon. Love you loads. Remember to do all those lovely things like, comment, subscribe, share, etc., etc. And I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye for now. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.